Welcome back, beautiful beings. In this video, we're going to use some ribbon that's really old, okay? And ribbon that we haven't used in a very long time. And ribbon that's not too attractive. And then when I made several, and then I found something else that gave it a whole new level and led me down a craft rabbit hole. Hey beautiful beings, this is where I started. I started with these two. I paid 50 cents for them at Joann's like 15 years ago when I first started crafting. And we're going to start with these ones. Okay, I made this. This is where I started from. Okay, and this one does have tags in it. But my thoughts were, the beginning was to get rid of these little pieces of die cuts that I've collected through the years. So that's where I started. And as you can see, I sewed down the ribbon and then I added the little pieces and even a belt. Okay, these are more like guy vibe. Okay, masculine vibe. Okay, so I'm going to start by taking these, and these are just little tags that I've made through the years, and they fit in here perfect and they go with it, so that's why they're in here. Okay, oh, that goes on the bottom. But we're going to start with gluing down the ribbon so you get an idea. And this is new ribbon. I got that from Michael's. Well, it's not new, it's probably 2 years ago. It's velvet trim, okay? And it just matched these stamps. So, and I need another one. I didn't want to put another one of these, so that's why that's there. So you can add new too with your older ribbon, of course. But we're just going to start by gluing down the ribbon. And I'm just going to use Elena's glue. Of course, you can sew them. And you just need a little bit, because Elena's takes very well. And speaking of well, I hope you all are well and good, beautiful beings. I'm going to make sure I got the glue on that side. And you just trim it off after it dries. I think I'm going to sew that one, the big one. So we'll just have two different looks. Well, three, actually. I don't think I put that on this side. Very good. Over enough. Make sure this isn't upside down. Just stick that one there. Easy peasy, beautiful things. Now I'm going to sew this one. Okay, beautiful beings, I forgot to tell you, make sure you push it over so it's nice and tight on your ribbon for the pocket for your belly band. And then here, I wanted to point out, if you have one, when you pull it off and it snaps, just glue it down, especially if it's too small to tie a knot. And that's basically what the pain in the butt is with this, is cutting these. Sewing it is the breeze, but once you get where you have to, I usually set something on so it don't move. You have to tie these little knots, and that's the only thing about the back fault of sewing, especially, you know, little parts you're sewing, you have to tie a knot and then cut them all off. So that does take up more time. So gluing down is easier, but cutting these off is longer. I just wanted to point that out, okay? So if you get one that breaks, like when you pull it from to cut it for the sewing machine, and it breaks and it's too small to tie, just add a little bit of glue, okay? Then of course, before you tie these, it's a good idea to trim the extra off. Okay. Especially if they're fraying like that piece is. Okay. And then just take a lighter and go like that. Real quick. All along. So it doesn't fray anymore. And this one I'm just going to do real quick. I knew it was going to catch on fire. But that's all you got to do, beans. Okay? See, I just like the look. And you can put them sideways. You don't have to put them straight. You can tip them a little bit. All kinds of options. Okay? This one I just happen to do both straight, and this one. But this one I did a little different. Now I'm going to take all these little bits I have, and I've had for a while, and figure out what I want to do with them. Like these. And just glue them down. Just to have them, just to get rid of them, beautiful beings. It's basically what I want to do is get rid of them. I think I'm going to put this one down here. And then, of course, we can have an airplane flying through there. And I think that's it on this one on the front. I kind of want something there. So let me get these glued down. I'll fast forward it. I'll be fast forwarding a lot because it took me 50 minutes just to make these two pockets, beautiful beings. This one I'm gonna put right here so it's out of the way of the tuck. So I'm gonna put it off to the side. Then find a little gem to put on it. And I got one over here that's a little different. I'm gonna put on that one, so we might as well find something to stick on them. A belt, and I think I'm going to glue that there. Then I have this. I wanted this to flip open and put something in it, so I still got to do that. I have this. I just glued it down to a piece of, it's a die cut. It's supposed to look like that, but I just cut it out so I could stick this piece of scrap on it. Okay, so I'm just going to glue that up there. I don't even know what this is. It's just a little thing that opens like that. So I want to just glue this part down. I want to use them up. I got them, so why not, right? I did take the time. This is cut out of wallpaper. So I'm just going to glue this down on the map. I thought it through and I didn't want it down there because if you go to tuck in the floating tear pocket, it might come off. Wear and tear, tucking in and out. Okay, beautiful beings, I have these stamps I got from Temu. I paid $2.17 postmark, that's what they're called. And they got these really tiny stamps. And I'm going to use them because they'll fit right in there. So I'm going to zoom you in. So you can see what I'm doing. Okay, beautiful beings. I found the black. I'm going to put some on that. Because these are new stamps and I want to make sure they ink up good. I don't know, I should probably test it. Test it on something, beautiful beings, both of them. There we go. They work. Good enough. I should probably do 2 different colors so they're different. I don't know. Try not to push hard on this. Use the aged mahogany and black. I have this music scrap piece of paper that I printed on. Okay, beautiful beings, sorry you can't see me stamping, so I'm just going to fast forward this. And I'm cutting them out. And I will show you them once I figure out what all I'm going to put in these little flip open close units, whatever you call them. I still don't know what to call them. But I want a word that says hello too, so I'm going to find that. Stamp that on a piece of something. I found these circles. I decided to get them out of that same stamp set. So I'm using them also. And then I cut them out. I just want to fill it up so it'll actually close and they won't fall out. But later down the road, I get a paper clip. Okay, beautiful beings. Okay, beautiful beings. I have this little typewriter stamp, and it comes with all these words. I'm just taking hello. Okay, beautiful beings. Trying to get rid of that glare. I found a little tiny one. It says hello. But I want to measure it. Just want to open this. Okay, beautiful beings. In a little bit, you'll see that the stamp turned out holla because I stamped it too hard. And then I'm like, is that a bad thing? Holla? So I looked it up, and the actual spelling is H-A-L-A. Hala is an Arabic female, given name meaning the aura of light around the moon, and it is also Spanish as an interjection to express encouragement to get someone's attention. I just had to look it up. Once I get the measurement down, I do another one. I just put it over top of it because I have 2. Then I'm going to stamp hello on them. I'll give you a close-up. You can't really read that one. That one says 1984, which don't go because those are way older. These are like 18 something. Because there's Abraham Lincoln, but that's what they look like. This is holla. That means hello, right? They do say hello, beautiful beings, but I must have pushed the stamp too hard, so they say holla. But it's supposed to say hello. I wish I had a really tiny paper clip. This is probably going to be too big, but it'll work. Maybe. And these are basically the same. Supposed to say hello, not holla. Once you really look at it, you can tell it says hello. Put them together. Get a little paper clip. The tiny one is so tiny. Maybe I should cut it bigger. Then they can use these like wherever they want. They want to put them somewhere else. Is there one that says, they're supposed to say hello? It doesn't. It says holla instead of hello. Am I hallucinating? I don't know. All that effort just to fill that little thing. But I don't think it's going to fall out. It's not falling out. So that's good. So that did work. Okay. Now we're going to do this one. All that effort. And that does say hello. I think I pushed too hard. See that? Here. It does say hello. See it? I just turned it into a holla. I don't know. Okay, so now I'm going to do this one. Of course, I'm going to remember to do the ribbon, trim it off. I just think this is a great way to use up your bits. All I did pretty much was find bits that went with the ribbon theme that was going on and matched the colors. Okay, I have a bookmark. Okay, it's gonna look like that, but as you can see, it's too white. So I'm gonna ink it up and then add some gems or probably those again to that. Okay, it's like a little bookmark. That's what that's gonna look like. And that's what that's gonna look like. So I'm gonna set this aside so let it dry. And then I wanted these little tags on here somewhere. I think I'm gonna put it right here. How's that gluing down? That's gluing down nicely. So I could probably put that in there. Let's see. No, I'm gonna let it finish gluing, but I'm gonna put it there so I don't forget. I had some string. Just gonna put it in here. Like so. Tie it. I don't want it real low. I don't want much. Snickers thinks it's treat time. I can't get it in there. I'm gonna have to. Let's do it this way. Longer and then pull it. There we go. I'm just gonna have to cut it down. After the fact, I realized I should have tore the string apart a little bit so it wasn't so thick, but it still worked. Beautiful beings. Maybe I should put it on the side. I'm gonna fray it a little bit. I'll cut it down even more. This side. Just a little tag. And this is from Wallpaper also. There's a bit of glue on the front. Just gonna glue it there. So we gotta wait for this dry, that's dry, and our little paper clip made out of paper. I think I'm done with this. Okay, beautiful beings. I had to go cut another one out because I don't know where the other one is. And that one blends in a lot. So I think I'm going to turn it that way and put it right here. Or here. I don't know where to put it. Or here. How about we just put it on the map? We'll put it on the map. It's just a helicopter propeller. These were like die cuts that came together, and there was no helicopter. So I'm just going to stick that on the map. Okay. And then when these are dry, we'll come back to these and I'll show you, give you a close-up. Okay. But I did use up a lot of those little bits. So there's that. And this is going to need a notebook or something tucked in with it, because those are too loose, because I didn't pull it over enough, so be aware of that. That's those looks. Okay, beautiful beings, I added to this one because I shut the camera off and I'm like, what are you doing? Add some bits to that. Get rid of those bits. Those little die cuts. So I just added stuff to that. Okay, beautiful beings, I'm going to show you some I made. And I'm going to fast forward because it took a while and the video would be like, I don't know, 12 hours long. So here you go, beautiful beings. Okay, beautiful beings, I'm going to start with a stamp. Bo Bunny, Beautiful Things. Okay, I just wanted to show you the stamp, what it looks like. I'll be using Rangers ink, walnut stain, and Archive ink Paradise Teal. And I wanted to add some lines to the back of this, so I'm just going to use a marker that matches. Just making a little tag where you can stick it anywhere you want in a journal. Then I decided I wanted something up on the top, so I'm just grabbing another stamp, and then another stamp, and another stamp. Now we can add our ribbon belly bands on the front for tuck spots. And this ribbon I got at Joann's. It's a fray ribbon, and I paid 50 cents for it. And I want to use up this ribbon, so I'm going to add 3 of them. And then in the future, when I need this and it matches the journal I'm making, I'll make little tags or papers or whatever with the scraps left over from making the journal, and it matches, and I'll tuck them in them. Okay, beautiful beings, now we're going to go on to Bo Bunny Groovy Stamps. This will be great for a retro or for, you know, a hippie journal. Stamp this card up. I'm going to use the bus and the smiley face with a peace sign. And I'm going to round the edges on this one. And I'm going to use Ranger Spiced Marmalade. I hope I said that right. And then I'll be using Walnut Stain by Ranger also. And I'm going to use Archive ink Majestic Violet, just a touch of that also. Now I'm going to be using Fossilized Amber. There, all done stamping. Now I'm just going to distress it with Walnut Stain. And I just wanted to put a little bit of aged mahogany in it. And I found a yellow that matched the pattern on the front, so I'm going to add some lines. Okay, the ribbon is deep brown and it's Casa Collections. And it was on clearance at Joann's for $1.90. But I found it at the thrift store for 79 cents. These two I'm just going to glue down the ribbon. And then on the other ones, I ended up sewing. And you'll see why later. This one I wanted a different look, so I just trimmed off the corners. And I love these stamps, and I had another piece left over, so I'm just going to make another one, but smaller, with one belly band. I'm using aged mahogany again, and then I'm going to rub off the flowers and add another color. Then I'm going to just add a touch of Ranger Plum. The next stamp, I'm going to use Spice Marmalade and Paradise Teal. And I decided I wanted lines on this one also. Now I'm just going to distress around it with walnut stain. This one, I'm just going to add one belly band of the deep brown ribbon. Okay, beautiful beings, now I'm going to make a double belly band, a fall one, as you can see. And I got these little pumpkin die cuts. I'm just adding color to the stems, and I'm going to glue them down on white burlap. Then on a piece of scrap, I decided I was going to punch a hole and add a dangle. I'm going to add a gold eyelet to it and add some leaves that I made a dangle out of in a fall video. I don't remember which fall video because I think it was in the middle of it. And I just added them to a piece of yarn, and I'm going to glue that piece of yarn down because when I add this to a journal, I'm just going to glue the sides so it's another pocket also. Now I'm taking the wire out of the ribbon. It's fall, and I did sew the burlap to the fall leaves ribbon, and now I'm just going to glue it down. And if you're interested in my fall playlist, I'll put it in the description below. Now I'm going to do another fall one, but on this one I'm going to fold it over like this to show you how to make these little squares so they're even, just in case. I have this stamp from Fiskars, and it's really old. I'm going to stamp this up. I'm prepared if it doesn't show up very good. I'm going to take 2 markers and just go over it. I have a really dark brown one and then another brown one that's dark. So I'm just going to go over the tree with them to bring out the tree more. So if you have a stamp and you want to put it on a certain cardstock like I am here, and you know it's not going to show up, just use the stamp as like a sketch and then go over it. Okay, beautiful beings? I did have leaves from this stamp kit. I took a piece of cardboard, painted a bunch of fall colors, mixed them all together, and then I stamped the leaves down on it, but I cannot find them, so I must have used them all. So I'm just going to use different leaves. And I believe I did do a video on this too, and it's in my fall playlist. I found these leaves that I did a long time ago from scraps. They're die cuts, so I'm just going to use these. There's two different sizes. Then I have two other die cuts that are different. They're like shrubs, like little leaflets, you'll see. And I'm just going to put them along the trunk. I'll give you a close-up of all these ones that I fast forward through at the end of the video. Plus, I'll show you where I ended up after making all these, because I was all over the place and I didn't want the video to be really long. So that's why I'm doing it this way. I just kept receiving more and more ideas, which was awesome. So yeah, I have a bunch of great ideas to show you later on, beautiful beings. Okay, on this one, you can see it already has lines, which is perfect, so I don't have to add them. So I'm just adding more little leaves down at the bottom. Then I decided I wanted to add a tab to it, so I'm going to glue down a tab and then cover the line where the tab is with burlap. So no belly band on this one. This one's just going to be a tag. And with redarkening the tree and then adding all the little leaves, believe it or not, it took me 49 minutes to make this, beautiful beings. Okay, beautiful beings, I wanted to show you these ones close up. In the back, I added two tags, and I used these stamps from Bo Bunny Expression Stamps. Okay, here's cards I made. Tags, cards. You're saying, okay, and here's a close-up of this one. They stuck the tag in there. And then that, and it does stay in, see? Won't come out, won't fall out. It stays in there perfectly. So that worked out. And then there's writing room and a belt, helicopter, propeller, folder. This one, that one stays in there too. It won't fall out. Well, that fell out. It's because there's no paper in there, but there's that one close up. Folder, belt, little tag. Okay. That one. And this one goes on like that. I should have put the pocket down lower, but it'll be alright. I'll just find something to fit in there. So it looks like on the back. And then this one I made off camera. I added a plain, this, and this, because I don't think I did that in video. I don't remember at this point, beautiful beings, but this is the first one I made. Using up those little die cuts. Okay, now on to my craft rabbit hole, beautiful beings. Okay, beautiful beings, here's one I made. But what got me going down the rabbit hole is this. Okay. It's, I don't know what it's called. It just says sewing in 100% polyester. I got it from Michael's for 59 cents. And as you can see, I get a lot of it. Oh, it's Traw ring tape, white. Okay. And you get 10 yards of it. And I'm like, I can add trinkets to it and put it on top of the ribbons. And that's what I did. But that's what got me going down this craft rabbit hole that I just kept making and making and making. Okay, so that's where those come from. And I added little trinkets to the ones that I put that on. Okay. And this is the first one we made. Or second, I don't even know now. Here's a close-up. That. Okay. And then here's another one with the same ribbon. It's just plain on a double-sided cardstock. Okay. And here's the fall one we made. And I did glue that down here so it wouldn't, you know, go all over the place. And it's a double pocket here and a double pocket here. In the back, I left plain because I don't know if I'm going to glue this down. And if I do glue it down, I'm just going to glue this and this side and the bottom. So it'll be a pocket here and then the two pockets there. Here's the little card we made. It took forever. It really did. All the little die cuts and the burlap and the tab. And then I can just write on the back. And the leaves I added to the back on the bottom. Okay. Here's these ones. I put flowers, obviously, on that one and this one, and then just one in the middle. Here's this side with our groovy stamps. The lines. Groovy stamp. Lines. And our smiley sun. Or smiley face, whatever you want it to be. And a peace sign. Okay, and then I got on this kick because I've been wanting to make these, I made some because you know you can get these little charms at Dollar Tree. I just put ringlets that I had and needed to be used up. And I'm still thinking if I should add like a ribbon there, just hanging down in a backdrop or not. But I sewed this one up so it's a pocket down here, and that one's a belly band. But I thought they were cute, and I've been wanting to make these for a long time, but that was perfect with that little hoop on it to make them. And then I just stamped on the back. These are all the stamps I have. I didn't use all of them. I used some of them. And I don't even know where I got them. They're really old. Because like I said, I just grabbed them when I seen them. This one is from Joann's, I think. Either that or Michael's. But I don't know if I want to stamp all of them or not. So, or if I just want to glue them down. That's why I didn't stamp them all up. There is one I did stamp up. It's not this one. Here's that one. I didn't add a ribbon to that one. But I made them for baby books I want to make. And I put lace over that one. And then I put that hoop ribbon over that one. But I think they turned out really cute. And I love them. This one I stamped up. Nope, I didn't stamp up that one either. Again, I don't know if I want to glue them down or just keep them as tags to fill in. But I think they look cute sewed down. Or glued down, you know, on the sides and the bottom. Because then you get another pocket. And I made a lot of them, beautiful beings. I made a lot of them. I think this one goes this way. Yeah. And I think they turned out really, really cute. And I added string. Tried to make a bow on that one. Just plain. I keep flipping it over because one's not plain. Here's this one. I just put 2 rattles on. So there's an idea. This one's the one I stamped up. Wasn't sure which one it was. Okay, but there's an idea for them. If you have them and you have baby ribbon that's been sitting there for years, like me, and you just don't know what to put on it. And here's this one. And this one's a pocket, and there's a pocket behind that too, right there. So double pocket on that. And this one's a double pocket too, because there's two different ribbons. Just put the blue over top of this one. Most of them are double pockets. And here's the 3 ribbons, plus some lace that I used that was scrap left over. Okay, these are all from Dollar Tree. Okay. Here's this ribbon that I used. And then this ribbon I used. Okay. Just in case you wanted to see it. Paid 50 cents for it a long time ago, probably 15 years ago. And $1.97. Again, Goodwill, 79 cents. These are really old, but it's a great way to use them up, beautiful beings. Okay, beautiful beings. This one, I put a piece of the baby ribbon down, and then I put down the hoop ribbon. It's called ring tape, beautiful beings. And sewed it. Put some trinkets on a chain on it with a hoop ring with a rose and beads. Okay. Then I put some lace here and sewed a pocket. And then this one could be a double pocket. And then I put some velvet trim up here. Okay. And I don't know if I'm going to, well, I put a stamp on the back of it. Because that could be, it doesn't have to be for babies. It could be delivering a letter. But I don't know if I'm going to put a double pocket on the back of it or not. So when I put it in a journal, I'll figure that part out. Okay. And then the next 2 ribbons are these. 50 cents, 15 years ago at Joann's, Ofray. As you see, I still got some left, but I pretty much used most of it. So that's good, because that was the whole purpose of this. Use up your old ribbon. There's that hoop ring there again. And I just put embellishment on it. And I'll probably glue this one down because it's way down the back. That way there'll be a pocket back in the back. Okay. Then I made a huge one here. Fit it in the camera. Lift you up a little bit. This one's huge. Okay. And I just did a crisscross. And then trinkets on there with a chain and the hoop ring. And this was already embossed paper. So I stamped behind it, and I tried to get as close to this color of that ribbon as I could. So you can make ribbon that's not so pleasant to look at. You can make it look nice, beautiful beings. And here's 2 more. This one, these are both embossed. I did not emboss them. They were already embossed, but I wanted to find black to go with them, with the ribbon. Okay, so you got 3 different looks of ribbon. Of the same ribbon, okay? 3 different looks, but this already had a hole in it from where you tear off. So I just put a brad there, and then I took some of the wording that was left over from this and put it up there, because I will probably put a pocket on the back. I'm not sure yet, but I did that just in case, because I have no idea where I'm going to use these, what journal or anything. And then I put another trinket and a jump ring. And this could even be for Halloween. It really could. And then this one has writing, and I didn't put a jump ring on that because I don't know what I'm going to use it for. And it's just plain on the back. But wait, there's more. And I had this left over, this piece of scrap, so I just glued it down, the ribbon, and put that there, and then I put some sequins on it. Again, I have no idea where I'm going to use this, but it's ready for when I want it. Okay, now I have this Again, 50 cents. I'm telling you, my ribbon is ancient. Okay, a fray from Joann's. And I made 3 out of these. Okay. Oh, here's another one. I forgot. So there's 4 of them. This one is going to go this way. Okay. And I put a chakra symbol on that one. So this one's going to go sideways. I hope this is giving you great ideas, beautiful beings, because you can do them all kinds of ways. And this one, of course, I'll glue on the bottom and the sides, and there'll be a pocket behind it. Plus, you have 2 here. It might be a little loose till you glue it down. Once you glue it down, it shouldn't be that loose. Okay. And then with the green ribbon, didn't I just have the green ribbon out? Yeah. Now with the green ribbon, it's almost gone too. You can see why I haven't used it, because I don't really care for it, but it did go with the chakras, so I put a chakra symbol on that one and a mushroom on this one. Joann's, 50 cents. 15 years ago. I'm telling you, it's really old ribbon. And that's what those 2 look like. I don't know if you can pick up that green. There's a chakra. And then the mushroom. But that's what took me down the rabbit hole, was this right here with the loop. Okay. Now I have this one. And this is basically all gone. All I got left is that. 50 cents. Oh, for a fray. Joann's. Okay. And I only made 1 because, like I said, it's almost gone. And I put a little trinket on that one. Okay. So yeah, I bought all these because they were 50 cents. I was just starting crafting. You know? So I grabbed them. Alright, now we have these ones with this funky print. Okay, and this was, I know this was 50 cents because I bought it with the other ones. Okay, and this is what I did with them. I used the black again, the embossed cardstock, and I just put an L on there. And I have no idea what journal I'm going to put it in, but it's ready for when I want it. And that one's got 4. This one's got 3. It's upside down. There's a trinket. I just thought it matched, of course, because it was black. And this one's got 2. And another little trinket. Okay, beautiful beings. I almost forgot the Halloween ones. I didn't add trinkets or little dangles because I have some, but I can't find them. I just got out the oldest ribbon I had in Halloween. And this is what I came up with. Made a pocket down here. And just slanted the belly band just a little bit. Okay. Okay, so there's that one. And then I made a big one. And these I will probably sew right into the journal. Okay? And make sure that I just glue this and the bottom down. Okay, so these will be, because they're not double-sided cardstock, so I'll just end up gluing these down and making a pocket in the back with these. Here's another pocket down here. I made that a pocket instead of just a belly band. But here's a huge one. 12 by 12. I made the whole sheet. The whole sheet, and I picked a weird, it's got stars. So I wanted to think outside the box. So I grabbed all my oldest one and just went with it. And there's stars. Okay. And it goes with it because there you got the haunted mansions and the stars in the background. Then you got the bats with the stars in the background. And then you got the tree limbs with the stars in the background. Okay? I just think it turned out awesome. All of them. Okay, I hope you got great ideas and inspiration. And if you have any other ideas what to do with ribbon and you want to see a video, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful everything.